Hey guys, welcome to this third period podcast. My name's Gavin Berkey, here with my co-host
Brandon Valdez.
and today's gonna be fun. Hope you guys enjoy. Hey guys, what's up? Today we're gonna be talking about the three bombings that have been happening in Indonesia in the city of Surabaya. The studies show that there were three families in these bombings, including others, but studies show that all the families were in the study group of the Kirin study group. This is the first time in Indonesian history of terrorism that suicide bombers were used as children instead of actual men. Well, Brandon, what is your opinion about these children being used for these terrorist acts?
In my opinion, it is completely unacceptable to use children in any part of active terrorism. In my opinion, you should protect your offspring no matter what, but in this case, the families had no regrets in their doings. So Gavin, what are your thoughts on this whole situation?
Well, I think this is crazy. The fact that children are being used for terrorist acts on this level of severity. At first, at a young age, they're influencing them on their culture, on how hate everybody else, kill everything, suicide for your leader. It's just outrageous. The fact that now they're strapping bombs to kids, making them kill themselves just to go injure other people. And may I add, all these bombings were at 3 churches, each one at a religious place. It's just mind-blowing. May I also add, out of all the people that were dead, 7 were minors. 1 was an 18-year-old from the 3 families that actually did the bombings. It's just mind-blowing that you're just killing your children off. Not only that, but you're killing other children off. A woman by the name of Winnie Angela lost both her boys. One that is 12 and the other is 8 in the blast of the Santa Maria Catholic Church. These attacks were carried out by 2 teenage boys by the ages of 16 and 18, the sons of Ibarato. These attacks have all been somehow reported to be supported of the leader of Jamaah Ansarullah, of an Indonesian jihad group that supports ISIS. So in reality, this all goes back to the terrorist group ISIS. It's just mind-blowing.
In quotes, they were not homeschooled. Arif said in response to questions from journalists about their education. In quotes, they were indoctrinated. Indoctrinated means to teach a person or group to accept a set of beliefs uncritically.
So what Brandon's trying to say is that pretty much these children from these terrorist groups are being brainwashed to believe anything that the terrorist groups wants them to believe. So if they were to believe, let's say, in God or something, they would be, no, you're going to believe in this no matter what, or else they'd most likely be killed off or tortured until they believe these actual things. Children have been seen also involved in executing of political prisoners. It has been told that it has been a long want from these ISIS groups and or any terrorist group to be wanting to involve children and women on using them for their own deeds, killing people, bombing
By the
people.
Al-Qaeda affiliated group Jamaah Ismailiyah. It claimed responsibility for 11 attacks between 2000 and 2010, including the deadly 2002 Bali bombings that left more than 200 people dead and hundreds injured, many of them tourists.
Honestly, 200 people, that's freaking crazy. But I'm gonna have to come back on this children thing. They're using them to kill people. I've already said that before. But it's become a big development, unlike anything that's ever happened when it comes to domestic terror and terrorism in general. You've never seen it, we've never seen it, but it's happening now. It's just blowing everybody's mind, not just mine at this point. In the latest bombing, there was a family of 5 riding 2 motorcycles into the church, killing 10 people with the bomb. Most of these officers are coming to the assumption that all these attacks are being followed by the directive of ISIS Central Command to avenge the imprisonment of the former Jamaah Ansarullah leaders. So, if that is true, we can't release them because they're terrorists, but what else can we do? Is there even anything we can do? Each of these 3 bombings were held all within 24 hours of each other. So in one day, 3 churches were bombed in the second largest city in Indonesia.
A family of a mom, dad, and 2 daughters had driven into the Indonesian Christian church. The father, Dita Operito, was said to have driven his wife, Pihu Kaswat, and their 2 daughters at the age of 9 and 12 into the church, and while they were in there, they detonated a bomb.
That's the end of the podcast, guys. I hope you all had a great time. I know me and my co-host did. It's pretty cool talking about this. Catch us next time on our next podcast talking about these dying monkeys. Or rats, we have no idea what they are. But they're dying off from having sex. It's kind of crazy. But, goodbye my friends. 2, 1, drop it.